If you've already watched part 1, you've decided on a business idea, and now we need to turn that business idea into a visual reality. That's what we'll tackle on today's episode. Let's hop in. Hi, I'm LaShonda, host of the Bootstrap Biz Advice Show, where I teach you how to grow your biz without breaking the bank. This is video number 2 in a series called How to Start Your Business in a Week. In part 1, we talked about establishing an idea for a business. So if you haven't watched that video, be sure to go back and watch that. This video will make a lot more sense with that context. We'll be talking about visual branding today. Now, if you're interested in this content, make sure that you subscribe so that you get a notification when the videos go up on my channel, and I'll be sure to add all the videos to a playlist for your convenience when I'm all done. How to start a business in a week. Part 2, the visual brand. So if I had a business idea established, like I do in the case of Eye for Ebony, which will be launching New Year's Day 2018, the number one thing I would do is start with my color palette. Now, I think the instinct for a lot of people is to actually start with the logo. You got an idea, you go on Fiverr, you talk to your graphic design friend, you Google graphic designers in your area, and you immediately rush to get a logo made. And I will tell you from a design perspective, I will love you so much more if you can send me your hex codes and tell me exactly what your company colors are. You want to make sure that you establish your color palette from the beginning so that everything that you do visually looks like it belongs with everything else. Visual consistency in your color palette will immediately make you appear a lot more professional than other amateur business owners. So if you want to establish credibility from the beginning, know your colors and stick to them. So I love the website Coolors. I actually did a video about how you can use Coolors to build your color palette. You can have one color established. Maybe you know you want black or a certain shade of blue in your color palette, and you can explore certain colors, or you can actually upload a photo and it will pull the colors from that photo to help you establish colors that work well together. You can also use Pinterest and you can just type in color palette and they will show you tons of options to choose from. But don't just say my colors are blue and green. Have the actual hex codes for the colors so that you can make sure that no matter who is touching your visual brand, everything looks consistent. So again, if you don't have your color palette chosen, I would recommend hopping over to the website Coolors. That's coolors.co, and you can go to that website for free and build out your color palette. Then you can also export your color palette as a PNG or as a PDF and keep that saved by your computer or on your computer so that no matter what you're making for your business, everything looks consistent. And number 2 is your logo. Now that you've established what those colors are, go ahead and make your logo. Now, I'm going to take you back a little bit to the beginning of About 90 Marketing. Now, when I started About 90 Marketing, I thought, I want to develop a marketing firm for female entrepreneurs because I didn't want to compete with any other marketing firm in my area. So I thought if I was niche enough, I could get that done. Now, what do women like? Flowers. So I told my graphic designer, I said, hey, I really want a logo with some flowers on it. And so at the time, I did not have a color palette, but they created a logo for me. And then I pulled the colors from that logo and that became my business. I also based my slogan off of that logo and said, where brands truly blossom. And so all of a sudden, I went from an idea to help female entrepreneurs to something that looked like a real business. And so I would tell you that you want to invest in a good logo. You can use a website like Fiverr, or you can look for other graphic designers in your region that you can actually talk to face to face. But spend the money on a logo. I remember years into Life Focus, I invested money into having a professional logo made. It cost me $1,000, but it was so worth it because I didn't just want a logo. I wanted a logo that was also wearable. I've put that logo on tumblers and I've given them away as Christmas Christmas gifts to clients. And I see clients today still using those tumblers because the logo looks that good. So if you think about from the beginning, is this a logo that I'm just slapping on some letterhead, or do I want people to love my logo enough to slap it on a t-shirt? That will determine what type of graphic designer you reach out to. Now, I ended up reaching out to somebody who specializes in hand lettering, and they hand designed the logo and then they vectorized it. But maybe you don't need all that. Maybe you just need a simple logo. So know that from the beginning. Another thing that I would suggest is don't just make one logo, because if your logo is in a single line and you go to put it in for a profile picture, that thing is going to look so small, it's going to be hard to read. So I always recommend that people do at least 3 variations of their logo. They do a single line logo, they do a stacked logo, and they do a watermark logo. And the watermark logo is essential for social media, especially because those profile pictures are typically a square. So if you do something that works well in a square, something that works well as a single line that you can use on a website header, and then something that's maybe stacked for your letterhead, then you're going to have logos that work in all scenarios. So even if you hire somebody off of Fiverr to make your logo, make sure they do variations of it so that you don't find yourself trying to put your logo in your profile picture spot and it doesn't work. So just an idea, in hindsight, I would have definitely had 3 variations of my logo. Now, business cards. Now, I would tell you, you don't need to invest a ton of money in business cards starting out, but you want to get some business cards to make it extremely easy for people to get in contact with you. So I love buying local, don't get me wrong, but just go ahead and use Vistaprint. Okay, it's going to be so cheap. They'll probably give you a promo code to do it. Throw your information in there, get some cards made as soon as possible, so that as you are excited about your business, you can just boom, hand someone a card and they know how to get a hold of you. Maybe even before your website, all it has on there is your phone number and your email address. Perfectly fine, because if they want to give you money, now you've made it easy for people to buy from you. So once you get those colors established, you have gotten your logo made, the next step is to build out your business cards, and you can use a website like Vistaprint to get it done. Number 4 is a professional email address. This is essential if you want to do any type of email marketing for your business. Over the years, different websites like ConvertKit or MailChimp will not allow you to send out mass emails to people with a @Yahoo, @Gmail, @AOL email address. Because what's happened is people have abused things along the way, and they've sent out spam emails by creating tons of fake email addresses and sending out messages. So you need to have a professional email address that is perhaps attached to a website, but definitely one that you own. So you can go to just GoDaddy.com. You can buy a domain for your business once you've done the research and you've made sure that name isn't taken, and just get yourself a professional email. You also don't want to use that email that you had in high school that, was an AOL email address that is really unprofessional. You don't want to make people think you don't care by giving them a really unprofessional personal email address. So again, you've got your colors, you've got your logo, you've got your business cards, and now it's time to invest in that professional email address. Perhaps even switch the order so that professional email can go on your business cards. Do that and you'll be set up for success. And number 5 is that website. You need to have a website of some sort. I'm not saying you've got to go all out from the beginning, because when I started about 90, I had a landing page that had a little image of myself, a paragraph of text, and 2 buttons. And I generated thousands of dollars in my first month of business just with that. But at the end of the day, you need something that you own that people can use to buy from you. So maybe you don't have time to build out a full website, but you can at least create a landing page. So please invest in that website. Now, again, If you want to flip the order and you want to have that professional email address and that website on your business card, then switch the order. It simply depends on how you want to address your business and how quickly you want to share the news about what you're doing. Some people like to stew on their businesses and get everything in order before they tell a soul. Other people, they want to start notifying people as soon as possible. You decide what it is that you want to do, but in terms of building a creative brand, the top 5 things that I would suggest are a color palette, a logo with at least 3 variations, a business card, a professional email address, and a website. Again, color palette, logos, business card, professional email, and a website. If you've got those 5 things, you got enough of a visual brand to get your business started. So that's a great starting point. You can always expand and grow from there, but that will get you going so that you can start your business in a week. Now, if you need help with building that website, I can actually do that for you. That is one of the 2 things that I do under my company, About 90 Marketing. So feel free to go to about90marketing.com to look at my portfolio and look at my pricing and see if you'd like to actually work together. As a Squarespace Circle member, I get 20% off your first year on Squarespace. You also get a free domain and a free professional email just for using me. So again, you can go to about90marketing.com. I'd love to help you. If you want to continue learning from me, make sure you sign up for the Bootstrap Bootcamp. This is a live class where you can ask me questions and I will share with you the top 10 things I wish I knew before I started my business. If you are building your website yourself and you need professional stock photos, feel free to check out my 3rd business, Eye for Ebony, where I create high quality stock photos with a dash of melanin. So you can go to eyeforebony.com, get your free images, and sign up to use photos that include a diverse array of women who look a little like me. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you have not watched part 1 about business ideas, go back, check that out. Let me know what you think in the comments. Feel free to subscribe so that you get a notification when the rest of the videos go live. Until next time, ta-ta for now.